Bitcoin is on shaky grounds today, consolidating at $113,000.
Exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous.
The mainstream media continues to sow fear, uncertainty, and doubt on whether crypto can recover or not.
This is extremely dangerous.
According to the mainstream media, over Bitcoin's past 16 years, Bitcoin has died 440 times. If you would have invested $100 each time they declared Bitcoin dead, you would have over $100,000 today. If you only listen to the mainstream media without any additional context, you will fail investing in crypto. So let me tell you, let me show you what the mainstream media is not telling you and is not showing you. My name is Aaron at Altcoin Daily. If you're interested in making money in crypto, we give you an edge. The mainstream media says Bitcoin is dead. What they won't tell you is Bitcoin has closed above $100,000 for the 156th day in a row. They won't show you that Bitcoin's bullish uptrend is still alive. Does this chart look bearish to you? To me, this looks very bullish and even a buying opportunity, and very reminiscent of similar structure that was held last cycle during the bull market, and even the cycle before that in the bull market. And hey, wow, even the cycle before that in the bull market. Could Bitcoin go down a little bit lower before it rallies higher? It could. But over the long term, it seems clear to me the trend is in one direction. Something else the mainstream media is not sharing with you is that the dip is getting bought up. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is about to become the fastest $100 billion assets under management ETF in history. This will echo globally. You know, it's still an open book on what exactly caused the big crash. It was originally speculated it was Donald Trump tweeting that things between the US and China weren't going so well and tariffs were going up. But it also seemed like there was coordinated whale efforts to kind of manipulate the market and send it lower. Maybe it even got out of hand because we've never seen something like this in crypto history. But that's because the crypto market has never been this big in crypto history. That's something else to consider. But the point I was trying to make is that Donald Trump now says things between the US and China are pretty good. Don't worry about China. It will all be fine. Highly respected President Xi just had a bad moment. He doesn't want depression for his country, and neither do I. The USA wants to help China, not hurt it. President Donald J. Trump. You know, honestly, he could tweet something else tomorrow and send the market higher or lower. Look to see what smart money is doing. Look to see what smart money does when there's a lot of fear and uncertainty and doubt in the market. Just in, real estate mogul Grant Cardone bought 300 Bitcoin while the market was crashing. Legendary. And this is actually what a lot of big money, smart money is doing. They're waiting for these dips to buy. That's exactly what smart money does. I invited Grant Cardone to do an interview on the channel. We should be recording that in about 2 weeks, so look forward to the Grant Cardone interview. We have several big interviews lined up for the end of the year, so make sure you subscribe to Altcoin Daily. We keep you in the know. There's a huge supply shock happening in the industry right now. This isn't according to me. This is according to Bitwise's head of Europe. He's looking at flows from Europe, comparing them to America, comparing them to around the world. He's kind of an insider when it comes to buying and selling crypto. So when he says the supply shock is very real, I believe this.
The illiquid supply. So currently we are seeing the on-exchange balances of Bitcoin being the lowest, I think, going back to 2018. So this is like going back for many, many years now. The balances for Bitcoin on exchange have never been this low. And what that signals is that there's a lack of sellers on the market. So people will move from cold storage to exchange when they're ready to sell their Bitcoin. And if the exchanges are showing low balances, that means that we have few sellers in the market, and that will come into play and become very interesting once there is a rise and the buyers come back into the market for Bitcoin. My prediction, and of course I don't have a crystal ball and I don't know, and this isn't investment advice, but my feeling is that when it does start to move back up again, it's going to jump because there simply aren't any sellers. And if people are bidding and trying to buy and there aren't sellers in the market, they're going to just keep offering higher and higher prices to buy the Bitcoin that they want. And so I expect that it will gap up quite significantly when it does start to rise again in the future.
What do you think? Is the bull market over, or is the bull market still in a great uptrend and there's plenty of tailwinds to take us higher? Interesting kind of big picture TA metric right here. Bitcoin is retesting the Golden Cross formed months earlier. Every time this Golden Cross happens for Bitcoin, a huge multi-month rally happens with astronomical percent gains. It already happened for us. It took us from 80K in April all the way to 125K. We're retesting the Golden Cross, and either you think it's going to cross over and a bear market is just beginning, or you think it's going to bounce and crypto holders and believers will be rewarded greatly. I tend to think the price is about to explode. And speaking about the April crash, Michael Saylor's words then are even more true today. Very, very similar reasons why Bitcoin crashed back in April is actually the similar narratives we're hearing today. And when you think about it, you realize it has nothing to do with Bitcoin fundamentally. Just like when Bitcoin is 80K, although today it's holding well above 100, this is kind of a historic entry point. Listen.
This is kind of a historic entry point because all of the risk has been stripped off the asset. Like, you pretty much know Wall Street's going to embrace it, the U.S. government's going to embrace it, and banks in the U.S. going to embrace it, which means that all the other banks will embrace it. You already know all those things, and yet the market is really skittish based upon concerns about tariffs, you know, the disposition of the U.S. economy, the interest rate forward graph. And so you see the interest rates have pulled in 30, 40, 50 basis points. And we're in this macro risk off zone. When that flips, I think Bitcoin will rip forward with a vengeance.
And if you need one more bullish indicator, the McRib is back. The McRib comes back seasonally based on the economy, based on McDonald's. What you need to know is this: every time the McRib returns, the market sends. So it just returned about a month ago. Let's see what happens. But what about the stock market? Tech stocks are about to crash. Tech stocks are way overvalued. Guys, no, they're not. It's not a bubble in tech stocks like it was back in the day. We are less than one standard deviation from the trend. You can see what a bubble looked like back in the late 90s when we exploded out of the decade-long log regression channel to be multiple standard deviations from the trend. So the stock market, again, isn't a bull market, and I show you this to just kind of orient you to the fact there's so many people bearish nowadays, but it's just a dip we're seeing in a broader bullish macro trend. It surprised me how much engagement this post got from crypto evangelist Murad Mahmudov. 12,000 likes, plus one more. I like it too. He goes extremely bullish. We flushed all the weak hands and all the leverage. And that really is the thing. We flushed the weak hands. They've sold. The leverage is flushed out. The road to new all-time highs and insane parabolas begins now. The ETH setup looks so much like it did in 2017. Will history repeat for Ethereum? I'm really bullish. Most channels won't come at you on a Sunday. We do. We drop a video every day, keeping you informed. If you appreciate today's content, please help me out. Smash the like button. And I will see you tomorrow, my friends. It's going to be a big week. I guarantee it.